Gesture. Come on.
I don't know. I don't know.
Now look here. See, there are two kinds of problems.
Look at like the difference is when you say what is mine, what's watching. I can relate to that. I can't relate to what is the one. That's like what is moving. Yes, what is the one?
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, have you tried it? And you know you can't relate to it? Just to make sure we're together.
No, because part of it I can't do.
What?
I can't run.
But then are you talking out of your experience or what you think will happen if you were to do it?
No, I've tried it. Not
Oh,
saying,
good.
But just like when we look at things, that thing is one. What is one? How is, but it's like I lose interest or it just kind of drifts and it's because it's not. It doesn't relate to me.
You were going to say it's not real. Right? It's not real. Doesn't relate. It's too abstract. Is that right? What does too abstract mean for you?
It's something that's not in my realm of experience.
You're absolutely right. It's not in your realm of experience. Correct. Good for you.
Like what's watching, I have experience of what's watching it.
Pardon me, what experience do you have of what's watching you? Like right now, why don't you tell us what's watching?
No, that's different because
Yeah, go ahead and do it, and I'll write it down with this chalk and this board. Go ahead.
They're two different questions. I don't know. One it relates more to me than that one. Because what's watching?
See, I am not in the position of denying it. I'm wondering whether you're hearing when you're saying, I don't do it because it's too abstract and it doesn't relate to me.
And when I try it, I lose interest quickly.
And when you try it, what happens? What happens? Let's just stay with your experience.
It seems like I'm forcing it when I'm asking.
Forcing it? Go ahead, more.
It doesn't come naturally.
Not natural? Yeah, go ahead.
Whereas what's watching is more natural.
Yeah. It's forcing it. It's not natural.
And I lose interest.
Well, pardon me, why do you lose interest? So far, you're quite correct.
Because it's not interesting.
Pardon me, you're quite correct. You're quite correct. It is forcing it. Yes, it is not natural. That's right. Now that we know that, why did you give it up? Do you have a commandment that thou shalt not do anything too abstract or that doesn't relate to you? This violates your commandment? Yes, you're absolutely right. Hey. Yeah. Forcing it. Yeah.
It should come naturally.
And it's not natural. Yeah, you're right again. That's right. Yes, now why did you stop?
It should come naturally.
What?
It should come naturally. Interest should be a natural interest.
It should be.
Yes, and not forced.
Oh,
Because forced
okay.
is artificial,
Okay.
it's not-
You're absolutely right. Now, do you want to talk about meditating on the one, now that we know that fits every other thing but this? Yes, you're quite right. This pulls it out of the natural world. You're right. Yep. Every time. Yeah.
I don't mean that way. I mean, it's not, I don't feel like when I'm asking it comes naturally from me. I feel like it's forced. Not that it's not natural to the world, it's my interest is forced. I'm a deliberate look at something, what is this one? It's a one, and it's like I feel like I'm repeating all your questions to myself, and therefore it's time to put me in that state of mind, well, what is this one? I would like to be in that state when I'm
Yeah, but you don't want to go through anything to get there. And so it becomes your question, I say.
It's hard to explain.
Okay, what are you finding through this reflection?
Well, I mean, I guess all those things I tell myself could be false, but I still tend to think it's. I can't get into that question on my own. Although when I'm in a discussion, it's interesting, but to take it on my own,
I can't get into it if it has these marks.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Because if you would, then you'd be getting into something that's too abstract and doesn't relate. What? Was that? Well, let's do it again.
I don't mind that part of those 2 steps. When I'm trying it on my own, I feel like it's forced. It's not my interest in the
Wait a minute, hold it. You're quite right. It's forcing it. Yes, go ahead. Good for you. So far, you're doing good.
And then it's like the whole thing just seems too abstract. It doesn't relate.
It seems what?
Too abstract.
I don't know what that means. What does it mean when you say too abstract? Like?
I can't relate it to anything.
Huh?
I cannot relate it to anything.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, right again. Yeah, that's right. Can't relate it to anything. My gosh, you're right again. Doing well so far, doing good. Go ahead. Okay. Does this mean anything to you? Forcing it? Does that have a history to it?
Well, it's not so much that, but it's the other state.
It's the other state.
Where I'm genuinely, the question has me and it's interesting. That, well, I don't know. All I know is that is not the other state. I'd rather be in the other state, and that's not it.
Yeah. I think you're quite right. You would rather be in the other state. Yeah. Well, then you're not into this particular meditation. But the only thing that I thought maybe we could look at was this sentence of yours, or this statement of yours about forcing.
I feel like I'm repeating your questions to myself. It's repetitive. It's mechanical.
Yeah.
To try to generate.
Yeah. You see, you know, you're absolutely right. Let me give a perfect example. What is more foolish, abstract, than what is mu in Buddhism? And people who take that koan have to take it artificially, and they have to take it artificially, and they have to push themselves artificially until a point comes when it becomes their own. And if you're familiar with the 3 pillars of Zen of Kapleau, the Canadian housewife has a great example of it. She's gone to 6 sessions. That session is an intense meditation experience of about 7 days. And she's been through 6 of them, as well as 30 days in Burma. So she's had this background. In the 7th one, she's going around with the koan mu, what is mu, what is mu, and she's in the bathtub, and she says, oh my God, what the hell is, what is it? It's hers, see. It took that long for it to become hers. There's no way around it. There isn't any other way around it. Because if you were to take the question, what is mu, you'd be going around saying that stinker, that Roshi gave me a foolish question. What am I asking his question for? Is it even a question? How stupid can I be going around asking a question that doesn't have an answer? You have to fight it because, see, you're doing something for which you cannot get anything for it. You're not going to get a star. You're not going to get a merit badge. You can't sell it, can't brag about it.
Can't even put it on your resume.
Can't even, yes, what could be worse? You cannot even put it on your resume. And that's what's great about it. It's totally worth